All right, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I have Azadeh joining us soon. She's just running a little bit late, but that's okay. We're just going to wait for her. If you guys are online and if you can see me live on the different platforms, please. Yep, I see it's. I'm getting my messages. All right. If you can see me live, please just put in the chat hello or hi, or I can see you. You guys can hear me, see me okay. Helps to know. Okay. So I do this Wellness Wednesdays. I bring on different practitioners and they talk about what they do, how they can help you, different modalities they're using. I have a whole lineup actually. Today is Azadeh. She's talking about hormonal imbalances. Yay, thank you. And then next week I have another very good friend of mine. Okay, thank you, Iman. Talking about parenting and how she can help coach the parents and work with the children's behavior. So that's going to be a very interesting topic. I also have somebody who's coming to talk about somatic healing, which is a fairly new topic for me as well. So I'm learning from all these wonderful practitioners myself, which is great because I'm like, a squirrel. Shiny object syndrome, as I call it. I love to learn. I love to know what else is out there. As you all know, that I do hypnosis. I'm trained in NLP, pediatric hypnosis. I do some energy work as well. It's called subconscious release technique, or SRT. I've done RTT, Marissa Peer's method, rapid transformation therapy, and I'm still learning so much. I just love it. And, I look for short, powerful solutions for myself first. And then I experiment on my kids, my husband, poor guy. Discuss it with my colleagues, they try it, and then it trickles down to my clients. So it goes through a whole test and trial run before I show it to my clients. I teach my clients. I like to empower them. So in the moment, if they're having a stressful situation or they're feeling anxious about something, they can use these short, powerful, quick tools and techniques that I teach my clients. So besides Wellness Wednesdays that I do at 12 p.m., I also run a free healing session every Sunday at 12 p.m. as well. Again, that's free. Registration is required for that one. So if you're interested in attending those or just to try out what hypnosis is like, or we do some energy clearing as well, depends on what's needed really. And we do different topics as well. I think last week was releasing what doesn't serve you and kind of installing and downloading the fun stuff, the good stuff, the positive things. So yeah, if you'd like to attend those, please get in touch with me and I can send you the Zoom link for registration. And lots of workshops and events coming up as well. So if you're on my email list, or if you want to be, we send out an email every week, I believe Mondays or Tuesdays. And there's lots of good golden nuggets in there as well. And what else? I've got a whole lot of things planned in my head, and I just want to give and serve, because I think that's what our purpose is, right? How can we serve people in whatever capacity we can, right? So alhamdulillah, I'm very grateful. I'm very blessed that I'm gifted with these techniques and tools that I can share with my clients. Oh, and I also do a Tuesday tip, Teach Me Tuesday. So if you're on my Facebook, Instagram, you'll see, again, short, powerful techniques that you can do in the moment just to feel lighter and get whatever that icky feeling is. I usually feel it in my chest, that icky feeling, whatever it is, if I'm anxious or stressed or feeling sad or down. And, like we have our hormones going up and down. So these techniques actually do very much help. And because, like I said, I like short, powerful techniques, and I like to experiment on myself first and then share them with my clients. And those who are aware in the moments to implement these techniques really do feel a difference. Simple things like box breathing, just in the moment, few minutes, tapping a little bit here, again, helps. Hi, Michelle. Just putting a pen or a straw between your teeth fools your mind into thinking that you're smiling, and it starts releasing all those wonderful, happy hormones, chemicals in your body that at that point lift your mood or changes your state that you're feeling. So I'm still just waiting on Azadeh. So if you have any questions for me right now, you can put them in the chat. If not, if you're watching this on replay, you can put it then, or you can reach me directly, WhatsApp, email, or my website, humathehypnotist.com. Simple. And while you're watching, if you have any questions for Azadeh, please post them in the comment. I can read them, and I'll post it for her so she can see them. And if we have the time, we'll definitely answer it in the live. Yep. And I guess, what else? We're just going to wait a few more minutes. I think another 3 minutes, and she should be here. So Azadeh has a supplement, a nutrition house, I guess. Yeah, nutrition house, that's what it's called, but it's a supplement store. Just making sure I get my infos right. I've known Azadeh for the last 13 years. She is my doctor, honestly, to go to for anything and everything. She's absolutely amazing. If you work with her, you know. If you haven't, then here's your chance to ask her the questions and visit her as well. Her store is located in Heartland, Mississauga. She is also available online for consultations, so it doesn't matter where you are. And she's here. So, okay, so I'm just going to bring her on.
Hi, Homa.
Hey, Azadeh, how are you?
Good, thank you. I'm so sorry.
No, that's perfectly okay. I was blabbing away. I was giving them all my Wellness Wednesdays, free Sunday sessions, giving all the information.
Beautiful.
All right, if you can hear and see Azadeh, just put in a hi or a hello or hi, Azadeh. Okay, so we are live, Azadeh, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Okay. So Azadeh, I was just introducing you. I said, you know, you and I have known each other for so long, and you're my doctor, and you're my go-to person. And I was introducing your stores, which is in Heartland, Mississauga. This is the same plaza as the Old Winners, and lots of parking spaces. And hello, Azadeh. Okay, so they can see you. Perfect. All righty, beautiful. So Azadeh, I'm going to give you the floor because you're amazing. So please introduce yourself because you're like a toolbox of so many wonderful things.
How far you wanted me to go back?
Go back. Go back as far as you want.
Okay, so, well, I came to Canada about 22 years ago, like this year. I came from Iran. I'm Persian, from Iran. I have studied biochemistry. I have my PhD in biochem from Iran. I came to Canada to continue, but I couldn't. And then I got to know more of the natural medicine. And I always had the passion for the natural medicine. Even during my biochemistry studies, I always was fascinated with what nature can provide us. So I studied homeopathy, nutrition. I did functional medicine a few years back, and also I'm a registered acupuncturist. So I try to put my knowledge from before and what God and what nature is providing us to help to fix if there is any health issues.
Beautiful. So what is your latest focus?
Focus as modalities or?
Yeah, what's your go-to for?
Well, I would say like the condition wise, I have a lot of clients that coming with the hormonal imbalances, especially PCOS. Mm-hmm. So I'm working with a lot of clients with the PCOS, a lot of young girls with the PMSing issues, with the facial acne that becomes worse before their cycle, pain or cramps or any of the PMS symptoms, people who have irregularity, people come for fertility. So hormone is one of the biggest one. The other one would be the gut and the digestive system problems, which like whoever knows about like holistic medicine, like the core of so many problems can be your digestive system. I try to reduce the inflammation. Like, let's say if I have patient, they come and they have migraine, and I see that the migraine is not, if it's hormonal, I will go and find the hormonal, like the root for the hormone imbalances, and I fix it. If I see that is more like inflammation and it's related to the food that they have or their digestive system, I try to correct that. So, and digestive system, I see that is the root cause and the core of a lot of different symptoms. So I focus a lot on that. I do few tests here and there, like we start with the symptoms, but I do few tests. Like if I see there is inflammation, so I might test the ratio of their omega-6 to omega-3, because omega-6 can cause inflammation, omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. So I try to balance that. If it's a food related, what food like Azadeh can have that can increase inflammation in my body. Like we have an idea of like the basic one, but like not the detailed one. So I might do some testing to see which food can cause those issues, and we eliminate it from the diet, and which kind of supplement or herbs or probiotic or whatever, like you can call it, like we can have, so that's one can improve the gut. Yeah, I see hormones and digestive system can be the majority of the clients that I see.
So you're like a one-stop shop. Just go to Azadeh. You go to the root cause of what's happening, and it's mostly the kind of food we eat.
Many times the
Yeah.
food and the lifestyle that we have, that can cause a
Yeah.
lot of issues. Many times, many times.
So I know we said we're going to talk about hormones because
Mhm.
we need to kind of stabilize it. And that's tough because of the kind of lifestyle we live in this part of the world, especially. So tell us how you can help us with that.
Okay, so when we are talking about the hormones, like there's so many hormones, but most of they're mostly connected with each other. So let's break it down. So we
Okay.
can talk about like hormones like estrogen and progesterone. So I think most of your audience are women, right? So estrogen, progesterone. So we need like our estrogen, we need our progesterone, but and
Right.
there's a ratio between that they're changing to in the during the month. So you will have
Right.
your cycle, or if you're premenopause, it's changing, after menopause, it's changing. So a lot of problems, like as I mentioned earlier, PCOS, endometriosis, adenomyosis, missed period, long period, heavy period, all of those, they can be related to the ratio of the estrogen and progesterone in your bodies, right? So once we find where your level are, then we can um, like if it's like depends, if your progesterone is low, we feed the progesterone. If your estrogen is too high, we detox the body, or we help the liver to balance this one. Or if somebody comes and their estrogen progesterone is very low and they're looking for fertility, there are herbs or homeopathic remedy that helps to balance it, so we can get to the goal that we want. So estrogen progesterone is one of the things. Cortisol is another one. That's a one of
Stress.
yeah, that's the stress hormone.
Yeah.
And who doesn't have a stress nowadays, especially? Yeah.
Exactly. So,
So
so do we do a blood work to find out the levels?
um, we can, as much as possible, I try to do it under blood work. What is your doctor can recommend? So I can request some of the blood work, and we
Okay.
ask the doctor. Sometimes blood work is not sufficient, right? Those cases I will send for saliva testing or urine testing to
Oh,
see
okay.
the levels, because those are the extra hormones that,
Mm.
and the body try to harmonize itself. So you don't see those extra in the blood all the time, right?
Okay.
You
Gotcha.
can see it in a peripheral, uh, in saliva and urine, or that the body excretes, right? So you will have that extra amount. You will see that there. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And
Um,
what are the ways of balancing them? Is it extra supplements, food
for the, are you asking
to
estrogen or
balance them?
cortisol?
Yeah, to balance them. No, not the cortisol.
Estrogen, progesterone.
Yeah.
So, foods like a crucifer family, like cabbage family, cabbage, broccoli, kale, that kind of family, they are detoxifying the body from estrogen.
Okay.
Food like um, um, wild yam, for example, that one helps the body to increase the progesterone, right? So
Okay.
we can go there. or we can see like if there is any deficiency. For example, if there is a vitamin D deficiency, can affect the hormones. So we can see that. If there is progesterone deficiency, many times I check the cortisol level, because
Okay.
cortisol is made of progesterone. If your body needs to produce a lot of cortisol, then your progesterone drops. The supply of progesterone drops because it's been used to produce cortisol, right? So we can feed progesterone, but we have to stop the leakage too. So then I will go and I try to calm the person with the supplements, with the lifestyle, with the, like sending them to people who work with the yoga, meditation, breathing, somebody like yourself, just to change, to reduce the cortisol level
Okay. And
and
that
stop
itself
the
can help the
leakage.
body regulate.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. And sorry, if they come to you, what are there like a whole bunch of supplements that they should be taking, or you start slow? How do you work with somebody who's going
Well,
through
no,
that?
I have a rule of like 3 to 5 supplements. That's my max.
Yeah,
And and because we start with the root cause, I'm not going, so okay, so you take this one for your gut, you take this one for your liver, you take this one for your cortisol, because like I try to go to the root cause of the problem.
right.
Okay, and I
And
give you the supplement for those things.
in your experience, what's the root cause? I mean, I know it can be different for many people, but what do you see is that the general root cause of what we're going through? Because I've seen this happening in young girls a lot more than it used to be.
Still, we are talking about estrogen, progesterone.
Yes.
We're not talking about adrenal. Okay, so for the estrogen, not the cortisol,
No.
it's
No.
estrogen. So for the estrogen, there is something we call it xenoestrogen.
Okay.
Okay. And the xenoestrogen is it's that there are a category of chemicals that they are very similar, that their molecular shape is very similar to the estrogen. Uh, and your body can, and we use it in with different forms. We have it in makeups, in hair color, in hairsprays. We have it in plastics. And especially if you warm up the plastic or you just put it in the microwave, they like a lot of those xenoestrogen goes to your food and we consume it, or it's on our skin, it absorbs in, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
all of those are hormone disturber.
So it's not
Okay.
only food; it's environmental toxicity and the stuff we put on our
And
body, and we
yeah,
think it's
exactly.
gonna and it gets absorbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So it's not.
then we go, as you mentioned, we go for the food. There is a lot of hormones unfortunately in our food. Or another thing is like, if you think with the link of the insulin and the hormones,
Mm-hmm.
sugar increase the insulin can cause like disturbs hormones and the function of the ovary, so it disturbs the function of the estrogen, progesterone. So it can be different things, but I see like nowadays we are exposed to a lot of chemicals and the hormone disturbers, so we have to be careful with that.
Wow. Okay. That's like okay. I was thought it was the food you put in. Good food. Food is your medicine, right? But it's so much more to that than we just overlook. We'll go buy stuff from the dollar store and use that, and then not warm our food in plastics in the microwave, which my husband hates. And I know you just threw away your not just, but you threw away your microwave ages ago.
Many years ago.
Years
Ages
ago.
ago.
So no microwaves. Yeah, I know. And then there are small changes that you do, right? This has a compounding effect in your whole lifestyle and how your body reacts to those things. So wow. Okay, so guys, no microwave, no plastic, no. Okay,
To
so
start with, no plastic in microwave.
no plastics in microwave. Let's start with that. And how do you? What are the clean ingredients, or what are the things that you should look for so you're not applying that in your on your skin or using that as a shampoo or
Oh, like if
I
you
know
see
there are probably
anything,
yeah,
yeah, there's so many. There's so
yeah.
many. Like the rule is like at school, like they tell you, the rule is if you cannot pronounce the name, so it is like a chemical, so you don't put it. But EDTA is one of those
Okay.
things that you don't want. Titanium dioxide is something you don't want it. Uh, Coloring agent, you don't want it. And
Okay.
unfortunately, when you start looking for those things, they are everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, they are. So your store has a whole bunch of natural
Yeah, we
skincare
don't
products.
carry makeups, but we do
Yeah.
have like shampoo, conditioners, hairspray that are more natural. Yeah,
Okay.
and we do have like, and then the other thing we can do is just like you hear a lot about the liver detox, liver
Right.
cleansing. Springtime, everybody wants to cleanse their body. One thing that I usually tell my female client is like at least once or twice a year,
Hmm.
do hormone detox,
Oh, okay.
especially
Tell me more about that. Yeah.
I will tell you, especially if somebody has like a family history of breast cancer or cervical cancer, and they have been like a hormone receptors like a
Hmm.
sensitive. Those people they need to make sure that the estrogen and especially the bad estrogen doesn't go up in their body, because once the
Okay.
estrogen goes bad, it just triggers the cells and
Right.
turn the good cell into the bad cell, right?
Okay.
Um, there are supplements that you can use to detoxify your body. I use it personally at
Okay.
least once a year. I do that. Or if I see that I see some symptoms like a pimple comes before the cycle or
Mhm.
PMSing, like my mood start changing a lot before the cycle.
Right.
Those times I said like, okay, so it seems that the hormones are going up. So I will do the detox and just make it much easier. Um, Green tea, if you want to have it as food, I will tell you the foods, and then I will tell you the other supplements. So green tea is a good thing.
Okay.
Um, Milk thistle helps the liver, and if you have a good liver, it helps a lot with the hormone balancing. As I said, crucifera family, like
Mm-hmm.
broccoli, kale, um, Brussels sprouts, like those things.
You're not helping.
They're good though. They're good for you.
Okay.
None of those sulfate-based things, so they are really helpful. If you
Okay.
don't want to take it,
No, no. Please go
take
ahead.
yeah, take some supplements.
All right.
There
So
are some
these are so
supplements that are
how long is this detox for? How many days?
well. It all depends of how much of the symptoms that you're having.
Okay.
Okay, if you have so many symptoms, then we will like let's say like that. If somebody has a regular cycle,
Mm-hmm.
but they have some symptoms, I usually tell them to take it for 3 cycles in the very first time.
Oh, so
If
3 months.
somebody, yeah, so
Huh?
3 months. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, but it all depends on how many symptoms you have.
Right.
Yeah. So if it's like milder, you do like I don't do the 3 months right now. I just do 1 or 2 weeks whenever I see symptoms are coming up.
Okay. So 1 or 2 weeks is minimum, right?
Yeah.
So you go on this sort of a hormonal detox. So you start doing green teas. You avoid carbs, obviously, and sugar. You have broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, all the good stuff, the fun stuff. And if you want to add on supplements to it to just kind of make the process faster, what would you recommend?
Uh, there are different supplements in the market that anything that has DIM, DIM, DIM,
Okay.
uh, or I3C, indole tricarbonate, um, or calcium D-glucarate. Like these are the 3 ingredients. I'm not telling you the companies, I'm giving you the
Yeah, yeah.
ingredients.
Okay.
So
Okay.
these
Sounds
3 ingredients, what they do, for example, calcium D-glucarate, it
good. Hmm.
absorbs the bad estrogen in your gut and bring it out. So your
Nice.
absorption of the hormones would be less, right?
Right. That makes
Then,
sense.
yeah, I3C and DIM, they are cleaning the blood from the bad estrogen. Um, and then, like usually, there's some component of the glutathione or NAC or milk to salt to help the function of the liver in the formulas. So there are actually some formulas in the market that has these ingredients.
Okay. So what if somebody has a fatty liver? So it's going to take longer.
Fatty liver is most of the time it comes because of extra amount of carbohydrate in your diet.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have a sluggish liver, it takes longer
Yeah,
to
I thought so.
detoxify.
Hmm.
But for somebody who has the fatty liver, it's not just the detox that is going to help. You have to really change that diet. like
Okay.
insulin resistance, the amount of carb and sugar. Like
Mm.
the insulin and sugar, it's very easy. It's not that complicated. If you when you eat something, the amount of sugar goes up in your diet, in your blood, right? So your body's looking and so that, okay, so is this person going to use that sugar that's circulating or
Mm-hmm.
not? Okay. If you're using that sugar, the sugar goes down, so the insulin is not going up and down that much, doesn't fluctuate. But if you're not using, so you eat and you sit, then that extra amount of sugar, like insulin, helps to convert it into the fat, right? And that one becomes like a fatty liver.
Gotcha. All right. And you spoke about stress, cortisol. So how do we balance that? Now, how do we put everything together?
Okay, so chronic stress,
Yeah.
right? Dealing with your work and your husband and your kids, all of those fun stuff.
Fun
So
stuff. Yeah.
all of those fun stuff, those amount of stress, it can affect your adrenal gland. Adrenal gland is sitting on top of your kidneys and producing few hormones, including cortisol, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when the cortisol is off balance, um, or depend on which stage of the adrenal fatigue you are, like how much you have, uh, how much burden you put on your adrenal, you might have different symptoms. So it can be brain fog. You cannot think clearly, you don't remember, you put this
Mm-hmm.
somewhere and then you forget where you put your keys.
Right.
So those kind of symptoms. It can be low energy. It
Mm.
can be racing thoughts. It can be like some people, they can have anxiety symptom or panic attack or palpitation or chest pain. It can shows itself in the form of more like depression and procrastinating the stuff, like no
Right.
motivation.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it can be like a sleep issues. Like you
Mm-hmm.
cannot have a solid sleep. You keep waking up and you cannot shut down the brain. So you just keep thinking over the night too. You wake up in the morning, you don't feel fresh, you go for your first coffee, right?
Yeah.
So all of those symptoms, somebody might have all of those, somebody might have like three or four of those. But all of those symptoms are telling me like where the state of your adrenal is,
Mm.
the like the condition of your adrenal gland. And again, based on the symptoms, we can go and fix the root cause. So if somebody is like mostly in a low energy, so I
Mm.
give adaptogen herbs like rhodiola or ginseng just to boost their energy.
Right.
Somebody is like so, mm, I would say like they have palpitation or they're hyperactive
Mm.
when they get to that stage. I will give them the calming herb. The problem is the sleep. I will just give them something that at the same time reduce the cortisol, so they will have like a better sleep.
Okay. And somebody with blood pressure issues, high blood pressure,
Okay.
can they take rhodiola, you said, and ginseng?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I thought.
I
That's
would.
what, so.
Yeah.
So you have to see the whole history, medical history as well before you
Yeah.
obviously.
If they take any medication, I have to see what medication they take. If they have any condition, I have to make sure that they don't, it doesn't interact.
Yeah. Okay. So now, tell me about how you do a case taking process. Just let's say I've come to you, Azadeh. I'm going through all this stuff.
Okay.
What's the
So
first step?
I check, I get all the symptoms that you
Mhm.
have and the
Okay.
history. The first time is going to be like usually is about an hour.
Okay.
Okay. And it's a lot of talking.
Right.
Um, so you tell me all the history, when it started, how
Mm.
it started, what makes it better, what makes it worse.
Hmm.
Okay. And it's all about the different symptom. It can be like we can start from the headache and go to your digestive system. You can start from like your sleep problems and going to the hormonal. So I will take everything top to toe. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
It
Hmm.
cannot be your chief complaint, but I will get all the symptoms. Okay. Because I
Right.
always try to find the root cause, and the symptom is the language of your body, right? I also get the check your blood test if you have any, if any
Yeah.
medical imaging and stuff you have, I will check that based case by case.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if we decide to do, like, based on the symptom and condition, if we decide to do homeopathy, I do constitutional homeopathy, so I might get a lot of personality, what bothers you, how it bothers you, what's your reaction, those kind of things.
Mm.
So I can find a better remedy for your condition. If we decide to do like acupuncture, that would be another set of questions that I'm going to ask. But it all depends on the first time that we come, and then like the first half an hour when we talk, where we are going. Sometimes I have to do advanced testing.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those are covered by OHIP, so I will send my clients to the doctor to request that. Some of
Right.
them are not. It's like I have to send it to Europe or to the state to be done. Then I will, what I will do, I will uh, order the kit,
Mm-hmm.
and we do the test. Based on the test results, we will start the protocol. And in all my consultation, the nutrition is part of that. Some lifestyle, because I'm not a meditation guru, I cannot do
You can
anything like
send them
that.
to me.
But I can send, yeah, I can send them to the right person to
Yeah.
do those things. Yeah.
Right. And yeah, nutrition is a big part of your when we come to you, your consultation. But yeah, some they have to follow it. Note to self: I try very hard, and it's not a difficult thing. It's just I think it's just me. So yeah, it's a pretty easy at first 3 days detox, and then introduce food slowly, right? If I'm correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
And then obviously, like she said, like Azadeh said, it's to find the root cause and then work, like go back and then work from there. And yeah, so what would you say if I want to just jumpstart my system? What would be your favorite supplements to go for?
My favorite supplement. What I see a lot of people are having problem is vitamin D.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one, especially people who come from Middle East, India, Pakistan, because
Yeah.
we
You
get
live in
exposure.
Canada, like how much of sun exposure you have, right? And the thing is, like, all your hormones are starting from vitamin D. Vitamin D is involved in so many different reaction, cascade of biochemical reaction in your bodies. So if you don't have the vitamin D, a lot of things are not happening. Okay.
I absolutely agree with you. And I even encourage my clients, and I just disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, but please get your vitamin D's in. Tell me something. If I there's another vitamin that you add with vitamin D, is it K?
So there's a vitamin K that helps
Yeah.
with the absorption of vitamin D.
Right.
Uh, but if you're having a lot of green leafy vegetable in your diet, you're
Hmm.
getting some amount of K, if not enough, but you get some amount of K. I don't like to give the D and K together in one capsule. I don't
Okay.
like it because, like, we do need a lot more of the D3 compared to the K2,
Right.
right? So when you take them together to increase the D3, you increase the K2. I don't like that. So if there is a need, I just give like the minimum dose of the K to my clients,
Hmm.
and D3 based on what they need.
What is the minimum for D3? 1,000 units per day?
By Health Canada is 1,000 units.
1,000 units. Okay. And I just want to add here, a lot of people go to these big bulk warehouses and buy the big jar of vitamin D. Can you comment on that?
Well, the quality is important. Like the
Yeah.
active ingredient is very important, like how bioactive it is.
Right.
And also the non-medicinal. Like what one thing that I also teach my client is that when you look at the ingredient,
Hmm.
look at the active ingredient, look at the non-medicinal ingredient. The
Right.
non-medicinal should be like close to nothing. Like it
Okay.
has to be like the component. If there is a, like they use a base, like let's say they use coconut oil as a base of vitamin D,
Hmm.
carrier for vitamin D, so it has to be coconut oil only.
Hmm.
You don't need 1,000 different other things in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
That's why I
then the
just go to
capsule.
your store and I just trust it blindly. I thought, give me vitamin D.
Yeah, that's
I know
easier.
I'm getting the good quality, exactly what my body needs rather than other synthetic stuff that my body doesn't need.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very picky with which product comes to my client. Yeah,
Yes, I
to
know.
my store.
That's why I'm like blindly trust Azadeh. Okay,
Thank
vitamin D was one of them. What else would you recommend?
Another thing that I see a lot of deficiency is omega 3.
Hmm.
We are not having as much as fish as
Mm,
we are supposed to.
right.
And we have a lot of omega-6 in our diet.
Okay.
Most of the oils that we are using, it is very high in omega-6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like canola oil, for example, if we are using all of those, not like vegetable-based oils, they're very, very high in omega-6. Omega-6 we do not need. Like to whoever is listening to this, do not buy 369. It doesn't mean that there are more is better. If
Right.
you have enough of the omega-3, your body can produce 6 and 9. Too
Okay.
much omega-6 can increase inflammation.
Mm.
Inflammation is major issues. Like I think in one of my workshop, I don't remember if you were there or not, but they're saying if there is any root cause or so many different diseases, is inflammation.
Mm.
So you think about like cardiovascular system issues,
Yeah.
inflammation. You think about gut health, IBS, IBDs,
Yeah.
Crohn's, it's inflammation. You think about dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson, those kind of things, inflammation. Okay, so if you have this inflammation under control, you can
Yeah.
prevent so many other things.
What about arthritis and stuff? That's also
Yeah,
inflammation, right?
arthritis is inflammation, definitely.
Wow.
Fibromyalgia is inflammation. Migraine can be inflammation.
All right, beautiful. Good to know. And so, yeah, I know we all just reach out for corn oil, canola oil, vegetable oil. The big jar, 3 liters for like 9.99, and be like, oh, cool, good. It's a deal, but it's not. I mean,
It's
it's
not.
it's costing your body. So,
Yes.
what oils would you recommend for cooking?
Um,
High heat.
Cooking, avocado oil is
Okay.
good. Grapeseed oil is good.
Okay.
Coconut oil is good. I would go with these three.
Okay.
For as a like a raw, like for the
Hmm.
vegetables, like I use olive. I try not to heat olive,
Okay.
but olive oil is amazing. But like we have different grade of olives.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. So there's
Different
so many different olive
good.
oils in the market too. So what are we looking for?
Like when you buy like a big bucket of olive oil for $5-6,
That's not it.
you know you're not doing something good.
Okay. What if it's on a sale? Okay, so what are we looking for? So I know cold press, extra
Cold
virgin.
press extra virgin olive oil. Like look at the some of the olive oil, they show how much of polyphenols they have. Like that
Okay.
one would be good because polyphenol is a very good antioxidant that is available in the olive. But and then at the second note is like do not heat olive oil.
Do not heat, not even a little bit. Just do not heat it.
Like, there are different grades of olive oil, so some of them they are more heat resistant, but I don't
Overall,
use
general
olive
rule of thumb
oil
would
like for frying or cooking or anything. I just
yeah,
put it
but if
on
you have
top
a
of
whole bunch of French fries to fry, I mean, avocado oil, it's pricey. So what would be the most economical? Well, don't fry, air
don't
fry.
have French
I
fries.
know you're gonna tell me that. I knew you're gonna tell me don't have the French fries, but you know me. But yeah, like, is there a substitute, or maybe we can use it once a while just to,
Well, that is omega-6, right?
true,
Like you don't want that.
avoid
So
that.
like it depends on if once in a while you want to have like something bad, like it all depends on you.
Oh
But
my God, I need to hide.
like a carbohydrate,
Hmm.
like how much fries, high heat, and like a free radicals, like the whole story that comes with that. So
So that's so like amazing. This conversation was amazing, and I know most of the stuff, but it's just a good refresher as well, and for our audience as well. Um, so if I just summarize everything, it's inflammation is a big thing, and if we can avoid that,
mhm.
thank you. Somebody just said my favorite lady. Sorry, I can't see the name unfortunately here. It's from a Facebook user. I'll probably go back and see on Facebook. But thank you. So we need to eat right. We can treat ourselves once a while. Definitely need a hormonal detox or a liver detox. Avoid these omega-6 oils because I think that could be one of the root causes of all our diseases because of, like you said, it's inflammation, and so many diseases are linked to that inflammation, right? And you named a few. And there was wow, this was so this was so amazing. And I'm trying to summarize everything. Okay, so you guys have chronic stress or hormonal imbalance, or you feel inflammation in your body, and all the diseases that Azadeh listed, which is dementia or arthritis, or tell me some more that you did. I don't know.
Parkinson, Alzheimer, migraine.
Migraines. Wow. Okay. I think that's a very, well, not very, but that's pretty common now. PCOS, that could be
Yeah.
inflammation too. Okay. There we go. And like I said, a lot of young girls I can see are now going through that. PCOS, period problem, acne, facial hair. So all that can be looked into. I'm not going to
Hormone.
say resolved, but looked into, because once you change your diet, once you change your lifestyle, once you have these extra supplements and Azadeh support, a lot can be managed. I guess that would be the right word to use. So yeah, wow, amazing, Azadeh. Thank you so much. So definitely need a liver detox. I'm talking about myself, a hormonal detox, chronic stress relief, and change my oil. I think that's the key point
Yeah,
that
there's
I'm taking away.
so many simple, different simple
Exactly.
things that we
Yeah.
can do in our life. There's,
Mm.
I don't want to say there's a guarantee, like nobody can guarantee,
No,
nobody can
absolutely.
claim that I cannot claim that I can cure, but there are small little things that we can do to reduce the chance of.
There you go. Azadeh is amazing. She helped me with menopause.
Okay, thank you.
She is amazing. And there was another one, my favorite ladies. There we go.
Thank you so much.
And there was another one that says, "Hi, Azadeh." But yeah, she is absolutely amazing. And give me one second. Let me just do that. All right. So for me, the tip was change my oil, because I think that is the key thing for me. And I did start using avocado oil, coconut oil. What was the third one? You said grapeseed I haven't used. And I was using a lot of ghee. Ghee is good too, right?
He's good.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
So yeah. So I started using a lot of ghee in my cooking. So that's one tip as well. And do not heat olive oil, because that's what I think Evan said. Oh, olive oil is good for you. We started using it in our cooking. So what happens if you heat olive oil?
You produce free radicals. So, like in the high heat, some of the oils are changing and they're
Right.
producing free radicals. You don't want free radicals.
We don't want that. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I mean, if you are going through something, or you know somebody else who's going through, your daughter or your niece going through something major like this, hormonal, PCOS is one of them, or if you feel that they need a detox, please visit Azad. Azad, give us your location, my love.
Mississauga, Mavis and Britannia, we are in Heartland in front of the old Winners. So the address is 5885 Rodeo Drive, Nutrition House, Heartland.
5885.
Rodeo Drive.
Yeah, Rodeo Drive. Okay, I blindly just go where you. I know where you are.
I think your car knows.
Okay, there we are. Oh, did it go through? Oh, I'm not sure if it went through. Okay, anyways, I'll. Yeah, I did. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. And do you have any other contact information, email address, website, phone number, anything that you'd like to share with the audience? They can reach you, and you can do this online as well, right? They don't have to be here.
No, they don't have to be here. I have patients from Pakistan, from New Zealand, from
Wow.
US, like all over. I have patients online. I can definitely not do, I cannot do acupuncture for them, but
Yeah, of course.
I
You
can
just throw them virtual needles.
exactly. But I can help you with everything else. Um, yeah, I can. If you want, I can write you down my clinic number. They can text me, and I can
Okay.
send
Yeah.
all the information. I'm also offering 10-15 minutes free consult. If anybody has question, they can come. If somebody has coverage, like for homeopathy, or they have coverage for acupuncture by the extended health coverage insurance, that would be covered as well.
Okay. Nutrition House, Heartland location.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Could you give me the phone number? 905. Is it 905?
No, 437-833-3963.
All right. Wait, I don't see it. Did you text me?
I texted, yeah.
Oh, you
Well,
texted.
I'm gonna text you
Hey,
from. I put it in the chat.
you did. Okay. It'll probably show up.
Yeah. If there is any question, we have sometimes, if anybody has any question.
Yeah, if you have any questions, we're just going to wrap it up. If you have any questions, please type in now. Oh, okay. That's how I got it in a private message. Okay, there we go.
You got it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Beautiful. You're like a treasure box of information.
Oh, that's
Mashallah. Yeah.
lovely. Thank you.
All right. There we go. Oh, I love this. I don't know if how I can put it. Let's see if I can put in this media. No. Okay, what I'll do is I'll post it on my social media. The image that you just sent me. Yeah,
Oh,
and then
sounds
yeah.
good.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add
Oh,
before I
me?
let you
Is there
go?
any question from your audience?
Not yet, but a lot of people watch it on replay, so they might
Okay.
have questions for you. And I've okay
Yeah,
here. There's something. Mm-hmm. Can you see that one?
I've never had allergies, but I was saying
Can you see the whole thing?
were so puffy and itchy eyes.
Do you
Uh,
think this could be allergies? And if you can suggest some remedies.
um, it's really hard to give diagnosis like that,
Yeah.
but usually allergy comes with itchy eyes. It can be puffiness. It can be like a sneezing. It can be itchiness on the roof of the mouth
Okay.
or like back throat. So if you think it's an allergy, supplement wise, there is a natural antihistamine. It's called quercetin. I can write it down. But again, like all of these are suggestion. I cannot say
Yeah.
anything without seeing the patient. And there is a homeopathic remedy. So I put like two homeopathic remedy that you can read about them and see if you want to take them too. It would be helpful. So I send it to you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Um,
I'm just waiting for your message to pop up.
um,
You typed it in the chat, right?
yes, I put it in the chat.
Okay.
But like the supplement quercetin, it works as an antihistamine, reduce the histamine level, helps to control the reaction of the body. That you can take it. You can take a 500 milligram once or twice a day. But again, like all of these things, like before I see the client, I
Mhm.
cannot really
Yeah, absolutely.
specify what, but I'm just giving you an idea.
Hmm.
And then there are two homeopathic remedy, Allium cepa for people who have a lot of sneeze and sneezing, runny nose, runny eyes. And if it's just related to the eyes, you can look into euphrasia.
Sorry, I sent it back to you. Ignore that.
Yeah, no worries.
And this is available at your store, right?
Yeah, it's available here.
All right, so I'm just gonna put it in chat. So that
As
is
I mentioned, like if anybody has question, they can stop by 10, 15 minutes over the counter, no problem. If you don't have insurance, we can help you over the counter.
okay.
If anybody wants to sit down and go more in depth with the issues that they have, especially people who have suffering chronic issues, then I really like to know what's going on underneath all the superficial symptoms and go from there.
Right. Okay. And everything is natural.
Everything is natural. There is no major side effect with these things. Like
Yeah.
some people might have reaction to some herbs that we don't know, but usually there is like everything is approved by Health Canada. There is no chemical in it.
Hmm.
It's organic, natural, food-based supplements.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for your time and all that wonderful information. Do you have anything that you'd like to share before I let you go?
Um, what can I share? You tell me.
What do you have
Well,
for our viewers? What would you like to leave our viewers with?
Well, I'm available here. You have any question, just stop by. I really love helping people. That's my
She does.
passion. That's why I changed my career to that, to helping people. Like as I said, like if you have insurance coverage, you're covered. That's something else. If you don't have insurance coverage, you want to come for like a 10-15 minutes over the counter, no problem. If you want to sit down for a few minutes and we I can help you, just stop by, let me know. And yeah, usually like that is it. Oh,
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, because there's sometimes people get they're a little hesitant about approaching because it's a new thing, especially with, especially hypnosis. So it's always nice to give them that, I guess, an experience.
yeah.
And yeah, so just, even if you just go to Azadeh, that's all I'm going to say. Just go to her. She is amazing. She's sweet. She's going to help you as much as she can. I know that for a fact. I've sent people to her who didn't have insurance, and they really appreciated her help, her support. Um, and she just, I can't. She's just amazing. Just take my word for it.
That's very sweet of you, Homa. Thank you so much.
No worries. And if you missed her address, please get in touch with me or Azadeh herself. Nutrition House, the Heartland location. That's where she is. I know there's one by Erin Mills, but that's not hers. This one is hers, and she is doing an amazing job of running it. And yeah, if you have any questions, please again get in touch with me or her, and I will let you go. My love,
Thank you
thank you
so
so much
much.
for your time and all that information. I really appreciate it.
Sorry again that I was a few minutes late.
No, that's perfectly all right. It's okay. Like I said, I was giving my Wellness Wednesdays, free Sunday session, so it worked out. It's perfect.
That's
All right,
amazing.
Azadeh, thank you so much. You take
You
care.
too. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Bye. You as well.